Welcome to Pak Chong, a town that yesterday afternoon I turned up randomly in and thought I'd stay an extra night. It is a northeastern town of Thailand. It's about 170 kilometres northeast of Bangkok, and it's got a population of around 35,000 people. It's also the gateway to Khao Yai National Park, even though that says Khao Can Park, unless it's another park. So the national park around here is one of the oldest in Thailand, and most travellers, backpackers will come up here to go hiking. And I was speaking to someone in the hostel last night who actually did a tour to the park. She wasn't really impressed. She did see elephants, monkeys, everything, but for the cost, she said it was over 1,000 baht, and it wasn't what she thought it'd be. Now I've got a small budget, so unfortunately I can't afford anything like this, but everything around this town, and there is a lot to see, seemingly will keep me busy for a few days. Now, apart from the national park, there is a winery, a vineyard, where they have Thailand's only wine. That's what I read. I didn't realise Thailand actually did wine. So you can do tours to the winery, the vineyard. Again, it costs a bit too much, so unfortunately I can't. And I'm only here for one day before I go on to somewhere else tomorrow. Oh, it's a farm. Oh, so it's a park and a farm. I wonder if you can go in. So the big industry around here is a little bit of tourism, but it's mainly agricultural. But there's some stairs, and whenever there's some stairs, it's wise to climb them and see what's up at the top. And at the top is a sign. That's quite cool. Nice little area. I think the sign's back to front. A lot of animals. You've got a cow, zebras. Do you think you've got zebras over here? And then you've got a nice view. So this is the main highway that goes through this town, connecting Bangkok to the city of Karat. In the distance you've got just lots of mountains, which is obviously part of the national park. So I am going to try and find out more about this place, because there's not a lot online. It just goes on about the national park. Oh, look at that, that's somewhere really high up in the background there. I can just see the stairs, and I do need the fitness. I've come down all these stairs towards what I'm hoping is a temple up there. The trees are hiding it, but there's a railway track going down that way. Don't think it's wise to cross it. There is a road, so I might follow the road down there. Who knows? It's very frustrating when you do look at maps and try and find out what stuff is like there and it's not even on, because no one comes here. They just come in and go, let's go hiking. That's not my style. Get too old for this. coming back down the stairs, and as I came up I went, oh, them rocks look really nice, but when you tap them, they're hollow, they're not real rocks. Oh well, someone was obviously very busy designing this place. And at the bottom of the stairs you realise how much fake rockery there is. It goes all the way around. And them steps are quite steep. They're all lights on them, so they're all lit up on a night time. Who knows? So this is Highway 2, the main highway. Pak Chong literally means mouth of the channel. So this really started as a very small village on the outskirts of a dense jungle, and when the Northeastern railway line stopped here because they couldn't get any further, people started coming to this small village going, wow, how much for a national park visit? And then it started getting bigger. So obviously with the highway, the town is split into two, and crossing this road, as I've found them a few times since I got here yesterday, is a little bit difficult. So you've got the local road here, which is easy enough, but there across the road is the hostel that I'm staying in, and there are a couple of hostels in this town, and the only reason I chose that one was because the fact it was closer to the railway station and the fact they did a free breakfast. It wasn't much. Bread, toast, jam, bananas, and as much cereal as you could eat. Well, I tried to prove it, but I got a bit full, and a lot of coffee, so I was quite happy. It was all free. So I am going to try and get to the temple that's over that way, but I thought I'd just have a walk around the streets. So I've walked for about 10 minutes, probably about a kilometre. So I'm on the other side of the town. Obviously it gets bigger that way, and there's plenty of little coffee shops. There's a Pizza Hut across the way, so they are looking after the tourists. And this place we're in right now, this road, this was all closed off last night for the night market, and it was packed. And I only came out because I was a bit bored in the hostel. Not many people talking, very quiet. A lot of people just sort of sleeping. They've probably been in the national park and had a full day out. That's interesting. It's a deer, stag, part of the countryside. Now this is where I start walking very fast. From the stag behind me, I thought I'd have a little wander up one of the back streets just to see what's up here, plus the fact I saw a clock tower. I thought I'd have a quick look at this. It's not the most exciting of towns, and I have read that on the way down here just to get all my facts straight, that there is a big agricultural tourism, eco-tourism going on in the area, and that is the clock tower. The sun is right in my eyes, so let's try and get around it. Whoa, that's better. That's the right time. That's the right time. So there is a lot of clock towers in Thailand, nothing to do with British colonialism. They've built them because they like them. So with the tourism market around here, they have built on the outskirts of town, south of here, resorts, golf courses, things that Westerners like, and it's all done in a European style. That just sounds expensive. As I walked up to the clock tower and back, I mean, I did have a little break just to have a look at my phone. But the market square where I said the night market was, they're just setting up right now. And there's loads of them. There'll be loads of stalls tonight. But unfortunately I need to work out where I'm going tomorrow. So tonight is research night to find somewhere else. Now, heading east from Bangkok, it's not really somewhere that I've ever thought about going, but in the hostel right now there is a ton of Europeans who've all stayed for a couple of nights. So yeah, maybe it's getting more popular. Maybe these are people who are travelling for a couple of months, want to see the real Thailand, and have actually got some money to spend on it. I mean, compared to the last place I was going to be staying at yesterday, this is a lot better. Oh, you can actually climb across the road using the stairs. That's quite handy when you're about a mile down that way. You're trying to dodge traffic. I think I am getting to the other end of town. It looks like the business side. Because it says things like district office, provincial courts, prosecutor, all spelled incorrectly, but I'm not too sure if I really want to go down that way. So I think I am going to head for that temple, because I have looked at it a bit more and it does look really good for a temple. So it's probably going to be about 30 minutes from here to get there, so I'll see you when I get there. Right, I'm back on the other side now. The temple I was looking at was that way over there. Oh, hello. And when I look online, it's not actually listed, but a famous temple is this way. So I thought I'd show you the route. Now that's a hotel that looks stunning. You've got a clear river down here that is beautiful, and with this heat at the moment I would love just to strip off and jump in. That is gorgeous. As I said, it's clean. You can see the bottom of the river, which is, for Thailand, amazing. So this temple that I'm going to go to, it's about a 10-minute walk from here. It's taken a bit longer than what I thought. And this is the entrance. And as you can see, it's up a hill. So it's going to be a bit steep. What Khao Yai Varat? I said it wrong, I know I did, but right. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. before I start. That was hard. Oh my god. So I've come to a crossroads and it's got Pavilion Chapel. So I might go to the chapel first, but I'm more interested in peacocks. What are peacocks doing up here? Hello big boys. In fact no, they're peahens. Are they? Wow. Never seen them before over Thailand. So the chapel, I've not really got much information. This is all from Google Maps and people's comments, which have been mostly Thai, which has been translated by Google Translate, and some of it didn't make sense. So I'm hoping there's going to be some signage up here that can make sense of what's up here. And I'm out of breath. So this is the chapel, and one of the things I did read was it looks like wood, but it's not. It's sandstone, which was one of the things that confused me. And it does look like wood, but it's sandstone. Wow. And on the floor there's just flowers. Oh wow. Oh wow. What on earth? So you've got these little things in the wall. Is that water? I have no idea what this is. Right, I need to take some photographs. Right, I've come back in here because on the walls is Lily's fish. And that does look like water. Wow. This is turn it for the books. Now if you are more than, I would say 5'10", 5'11", you'll be hitting your head all the way round. But, oh. It's so quiet around here. Now if you do hear rustling, I'm actually carrying a bag. I went to 7-Eleven to buy a razor because I'm going to have a shave tonight, because it's starting to go a bit crazy. I'm still walking around with various pictures. I wonder how to get to the water. Oh wow, I've just walked all the way around. Have I? Yeah. Wow, there's the flowers. Right, let's go up. How do you get up? Some stairs on the side. So underneath these stairs is the underground passage. And oh wow, look at that. my god. Right, obviously it's a temple, so... And I've just sort of not scratched it, but just find out if it is wood. But no, it feels like stone. That's stone. But it has got a wooden feel. Oh wow. It's a cannibal. Which leads down to offerings. Well, this is a surprise. Was not expecting this. And usually the first thing I do is try and look for the views, but I'm not really interested in the view at the moment. That water just looks a really sort of aquamarine blue. Wow! And as I said, I've looked online, there's not a lot about this. Just a lot of comments on Google Maps below. You know, when you put your comments, that's been translated. So I didn't really get it. So that's where I've just been. So you can walk underneath it. I've been down there. And there's nobody around. I'm fascinated by this place. I just keep knocking, just to find out if there's any wood. I mean, whoever's carved this. Oh, hello mate. Who are you? Got a nice view. Oh, look at that. Oh, another place I want to take my clothes off and jump in. This is beautiful. Who'd have thought? A place like Pak Chong will have something like this. Pak Chong. Right, the view, unfortunately, is covered by trees. Unfortunately, you can't see a lot. But if this is the chapel, I want to go to the other place. You can see the sun is starting to come down. Wow. And on the top, you can get a close up. There's dragons on each side. And I assumed that was like a mobile phone antenna. But I don't think so. Oh. Wow. So, and there's a Buddhist monk just down here. I just tried to ask him about this place. He didn't speak a word of English. And he was too busy on his phone. Thank you. How old is this guy? Wow. Right, I am now going to have a little rest before I move on. So I wonder if this is a Buddhist area. So from the sandstone chapel, I've come to the other side to the pavilion. And from up here, I think I'm getting a better view. Nope, trees are still in the way. Now it seems very quiet, so I don't know why I'm whispering. It's That must be the pavilion there. But I'm just coming over here to see some statue. Oh wow. On the roof there, where the gong is a peacock. Peahen. A feathered bird. That was some noise it was making. Try and not get the sun in. We get a close up of. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can barely see it. And down here, little statues. Now, if you ever wondered what a peacock sounded like, there you go. You heard it. Let's have a look up here. I'm going to take my shoes off. Definitely a Buddhist area. They love a good bell. I'm just curious why they've got a remote control there. Probably for the lights. Light it all up at any time. And that is a peacock. Let's go and see the peacock. Hello mate. How did you get up there? Go on, do you sing song? No. And there's the big gong. I'm still curious to know what this place is. Right, they've taken their shoes off, so people are in here already. And there is a view. And there's people up here as well. So this is a view of Pak Chong, and in the distance you can see the temple that I thought I was going to go and see, just over there. Wow. Let's come over here. So you can see the highway down there. Goes all the way through the town, and it looks bigger than what I thought it was. Wow. And there's the pavilion, a list of all the, a list of something. Because the glass is darkened, you can't really see in. Then another view of the outskirts of town with the peacock in the background. Wow. So as I'm walking around, are you on a trip as well, mate? Look at the feathers on that. You are beautiful. And that's his mate on the roof over there. Wow. You scared me. So I'm going back downhill, which makes it easier, and I'm going back to the hostel. I've had a full day of walking around. My legs are knackered, and I've seen the majority of Pak Chong, including all the way up here to the chapel and the pavilion. I've enjoyed it. really interesting. It's a shame I can't stay longer. It's a shame I've got no money, because I think I would have enjoyed going out. I'm just looking down there. There seems to be a river with a table and chairs. What was down there? Was it a lake? So yeah, would I recommend anybody coming here as a backpacker? If you're on a budget, then probably no. If you're a backpacker with money, which is very unusual, then yeah, get yourself down here. There's plenty of things to do. They are trying to boost backpacking here from the 3 or 4 hostels they've got in such a small place. I think that's a resort down there. It does look like military housing. And if you're a holiday maker with lots of money, then you could easily spend a week here going out and doing all the tours. But tomorrow I'm leaving. Where am I going? I do know where I'm going this time, but I just need to work out how to get there. And if you want to watch the next video, you need to subscribe and press that bell in the corner. I'll tell you when it's out and you'll know exactly where I am, and that sun is probably getting in your eyes. But if you've enjoyed this video, Pak Chong, then all you got to do is press that like button. But until the next time, I'm off to rest. Bye bye for now.